we got another package. Before I get into this, let me explain myself before you think I'm crazy. So this right here is my iPad 10th generation. I bought this back in May of this year when Apple dropped the price on the 10th generation iPad to $350 when they released their new iPad Pros and Airs. Now, my reasoning for buying this was about 2 years ago, back in summer of 2022, I started looking into getting myself a nice new iPad. I really wanted a 6th generation iPad mini because I love the size, but at the same time, I thought a larger screen would be pretty nice. When I finally got myself a new iPad back in May, I chose the 10th gen. Apple had just dropped the price. It seemed pretty much perfect for me, and I didn't plan on doing much with it. But in the time that I've owned it, I bought this in early May, and it's now early November. I've come to realize that the size of this iPad is just a little bit too big for my liking. The size of this iPad is quite nice, but with this being my only iPad, the size is just a little bit too big. I love having a nice big display. It's great for media consumption, but at the same time, this thing is not at all portable and quite difficult to hold in one hand. Like I said just a second ago, back when I was first looking into getting a new iPad, I specifically wanted the 6th generation iPad mini. It was the latest at the time. It was the perfect little size iPad that I could hold in one hand, and it worked with the 2nd generation Apple Pencil, something that I didn't intend on using with my iPad 10th gen, but have come to realize I would like to own an Apple Pencil. Inside of here is a Starlight 64GB iPad mini 6th generation that I got on eBay for $300. Let's open it up. Go ahead and lift the box open and pull out the iPad mini itself, covered in bubble wrap. Before we get finished with opening up this iPad mini, I'll put it to the side for now because I have something else to open up. Inside of here is a 2nd gen Apple Pencil that I got my hands on for, I believe, around $40. I can't remember. Let's go ahead and slice her open. And inside of here we have a priority mail box. Man, this weighs absolutely nothing. It really does feel like they ship me air. I have no point in reusing these priority mail boxes as eBay uses USPS Ground Advantage and they typically don't let you ship Ground Advantage items or first class in priority mail boxes. So because I can't reuse these and I have my own boxes, I just rip them open. Here we have another priority mail bubble mailer. Go ahead and fish the Apple never mind, the Apple Pencil fell out the side. Very interesting wrapping, I must say. Priority mail bubble mailer, priority mail box, and a Ziploc bag. Not bad. All this to protect an Apple Pencil 2nd gen. Man, this thing feels really nice in the hand. I haven't held one of these in quite a while. Wow, I'm glad I picked one of these up. All right, now time for the iPad. But one last thing. I got an Apple Pencil and an iPad, but why didn't I get a case for it? Well, I didn't have a case on my iPad 10th gen. The main reasoning for this was because I thought putting a case on here would make it quite a bit bigger, and it's already quite large, and I love the feel without a case. The iPad mini 6, I decided I would like something like the Apple Magic Folio to put over it. So I actually did order one. I ordered a black colored Apple Smart Folio for the iPad mini 6th gen. Today is Monday, November 11th. This thing isn't supposed to arrive until Wednesday, so unfortunately I do not have the case with me. But something you may notice if I turn this iPad over is the fact that this seller actually included one with the iPad, which I was not expecting. Huge thanks to the seller for including this. And I guess it's also a really good thing that this thing has free returns until December. Anyways, I was a little bummed out when I realized that the iPad and Apple Pencil showed up, but my case didn't. But now I don't even have to worry about that because it came with one. Now I'll finally stop yapping and finish opening up the iPad. Upon first inspection, it looks like the iPad Smart Folio is going to need a little bit of a cleaning. It's got something stuck on the back and just some general gunk on the front. The iPad itself does look pretty good. I'll give it a wipe down as well. It's got some fingerprints. The back of the iPad looks quite good, but yet again, I'll give it a wipe down as it does have some smudges. But overall, not too bad for what I paid. But now, enough waiting. Let's go ahead and turn this iPad on for the very first time. Man, that is a gorgeous iPad mini. And one thing that I did forget to mention is the fact that this iPad mini is still running iPadOS 16. I noticed this before I bought it. It's not the reason I bought it, but It was just a little bonus included with it. So if I decide not to update this iPad, I can jailbreak it, similar to my iPhone 13 that I restored in my last video. Go check that out if you want to. That's running iOS 16.2. Anyways, now that I've got the iPad, pencil, and included case unboxed, I'm gonna go ahead and off camera clean off this iPad and get it set up the way I like it, and then I'll get back to you guys. So it's actually been about 2 days. Sorry about that. I did not mean to wait that long before finishing this video, but here we are. I've now got the iPad set up just the way that I want it. Go ahead and unlock it. As you can probably already tell, I did decide to go ahead and jailbreak it. So it did show up running iPadOS 16.6, meaning that the dopamine jailbreak is not supported. As on devices with the A12 chip and newer, it only works on 15.0 through 16.5.1. But what does work is the root hide bootstrap and the serotonin semi jailbreak. I would go into what this means. It's a little bit complicated, but I'll explain it in another video if somebody wants me to. Anyway, it does offer pretty close to a real full rootless jailbreak. I didn't install much. I wanted to keep it simple, but just to improve the aesthetics, etc. I've got one of my favorite icon packs installed and made a simple file system modification to get a different time on the lock screen, as on iPadOS 16, you don't get any sort of customization options whatsoever. Over the past 2 days, I've absolutely loved using this iPad, and I think this was one of the best things I've ever purchased. I've wanted one for like 3 years now, and finally getting my hands on one has been really nice. I'm definitely glad to be switching to a smaller iPad than the 10th generation that I had before. This thing is just way too big. I mean, look at this size comparison. This iPad fits in my hand. It's more comfortable to hold, and the screen, in my opinion, looks better as it is laminated. Also, that Apple Pencil 2 support is definitely a major win. So with all this said, what's next for the 10th gen? Well, as you can already see, I have gone ahead and erased it. It's on the setup screen. This thing is actually up to date on iPadOS 18.1, but I've got it reset on the setup screen. I need to go ahead and set it up and put a fresh screen protector on it, as this one does have some scratches and cracks, and then go ahead and list it on eBay. I don't have any use in keeping this, and I did drop $350 on the iPad mini and don't really have the money to hold onto this. So I will be selling it on eBay with the original box and a screen protector installed if you'd like to check it out. I'm not sure of the price yet, but likely anywhere between $300 and $320. So I'll leave a link to my eBay in the description as per usual. If you want to check this out, definitely do. The iPad's still in absolutely immaculate condition. We'll have screen protector installed and will come with the original box. Anyway, I kind of ran out of things to yap about in this video, so thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed watching me open up and get to enjoy the new iPad that I have wanted for quite some years now. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing, as of right now, only 4.6% of my viewers are actually subscribed to my channel. So if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and you can really help me reach my goal of 7,000 subscribers. We just reached 6,000, but why not shoot for 7? And of course, I can't forget, yet again, membership shoutouts. Huge shout out to Apple Helper Mark. I'll leave a link down in the description to his channel in the new dedicated members section that I've added to my description. Go ahead, check out his channel. He would really appreciate it. And huge shout out to him for being such a loyal fan of my channel and even becoming a channel member. If you would like to become a channel member, check out the link down in the description. It's $1.99 a month. It helps me make these videos, and it gives you these cool badges next to your name when you comment. Not much other than that, but just think about it as helping me out. Anyways, enough yapping. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, peace out, guys.